There are books that teach you how to speak, to read, and to write. There are books that change you, transform you, make you feel like a brand new person. And then there's that one book they say could actually destroy you. The one book you should never have opened in the first place. The one book that once you do, you may never be able to close again. I'm sure we've all heard stories about books like these before. You know, books so magical that they can change your life in an instant. Now, what if I told you that there was actually such a book, a real book that has existed for centuries, a book that people are still afraid to touch to this day? That book is called the Book of the Sun of Gnosis, also known as Shams Al-Ma'arif Al-Kubra, and it is said to be the most dangerous magical book in Islamic history. So why is this book so scary? What kind of magic does it hold within its pages? And why should you never, ever read it? Well, let's dive into the world of forbidden books and find out. First off, we need to talk about who wrote this book and when. See, it was written over 800 years ago by a man named Ahmad ibn Ali al-Buni, aka Abu Madian, who was a great master of esotericism, a mystic and an alchemist. He was born in 1162 AD in Córdoba, Spain, and died in 1248 AD. According to some sources, he was a Sufi mystic and a master of alchemy and astrology, and according to others, he was a heretic who practiced black magic. So there's this whole debate around him because some people considered him a good guy, while others thought he was a bad guy. Now, you might be wondering what's up with all this secrecy and mystery surrounding this book. Well, it's simple. This book is filled with dangerous knowledge that could either save your life or take it away, and that's why so many people are afraid to even touch it. The Book of the Sun of Gnosis is not your typical book. It's not just words on paper, but rather a collection of secrets, signs, symbols, and teachings that can unlock the mysteries of the universe. The book is divided into 3 parts, each with its own unique knowledge and teachings. And trust me, you won't find this stuff anywhere else. The first part talks about the creation of the universe and humanity's place in it. It also covers topics like theology, metaphysics, and cosmology. Basically, it delves deep into the nature of reality and existence itself. The second part is where things get really interesting. It's all about the journey of self-discovery and spiritual enlightenment. It teaches readers how to explore their inner selves and connect with the divine. But here's the catch. This journey is not for the faint of heart. It involves facing your deepest fears and confronting your inner demons. And then there's the third part. It's all about alchemy and the transformation of lead into gold. But this is not your typical alchemy. It's a deeper, more profound study of the process of spiritual growth and enlightenment. Now let's get back to the main question. Why is this book so dangerous? Why should you never read it? Well, it all comes down to the kind of power this book holds within its pages. You see, this book is not just a collection of teachings and stories. It's a portal to another dimension, a gateway to the unseen world. Once you open this book, you're no longer in the realm of the living. You're entering the realm of the dead. And once you step foot into that realm, you'll never be the same again. Now let me explain. The Book of the Sun of Gnosis is filled with all sorts of supernatural beings, from genies to elemental beings of immense power. They're everywhere in this book. They're in the text, in the illustrations, in the very essence of the book itself. And let me tell you, these creatures are not to be messed with. For example, there are chapters in this book that reveal the names of certain jinn that control human destinies. And if you read these names aloud, they'll come running. No joke. One wrong move, and you could unleash a demon that will destroy everything you know and love. Not only that, but this book also contains instructions on how to perform ancient rituals. These are rituals that can summon all kinds of spirits and entities from the other side. And if you don't know what you're doing, well, let's just say you're playing with fire. And then there are the seals, the diagrams, the talismans scattered throughout the book. They're not just for show. They're actual tools that can be used to harness the demonic powers hidden within the pages. The scariest part about all this is that this book is not just a theoretical work, it's practical. It's a do-it-yourself guide to summoning demons and controlling the supernatural. It's like having the key to the gates of hell in your hands. And that's why so many people are afraid to touch this book, because they know that once they open it, they might not be able to close it again. The knowledge contained within these pages is simply too dangerous for ordinary people to handle. It's not like reading a novel or a textbook. It's like opening a Pandora's box and releasing chaos into the world. Imagine stumbling upon an ancient book in a dusty old library. You open it and suddenly you're face to face with a demon. Yeah, it's like that. But wait, there's more. This book has been banned in several countries, including Egypt and Algeria. It's considered a dangerous and forbidden book, and rightfully so. If the government wants to keep people safe from the supernatural, they probably shouldn't have this book floating around out there. It's like trying to fight City Hall. Like no matter how hard you try, you just can't keep a good demon down. They're always finding new ways to slither through the cracks and cause chaos. But despite all the danger and mystery surrounding this book, people still want to read it. They're drawn to its power, and they want to know what's inside. It's like a moth to a flame. For example, there's this guy named Sabri who was obsessed with the occult. He wanted to know everything about magic and the supernatural, and he wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. One day, he managed to get a copy of the book of the Sun of Gnosis and started reading it. At first, everything seemed fine. But then, strange things started happening around him. Objects would move on their own, doors would slam shut, and he started hearing whispers in the dead of night. He didn't know what was going on, but he kept reading the book. And then one day, he lost his mind. Or take, for example, Layla, who was a curious young woman. She wanted to know about the world and its mysteries, and she wasn't afraid to ask questions. One day she came across a copy of the book of the Sun of Gnosis and decided to read it. At first she was fascinated by the book's power and knowledge, but then she started feeling a dark presence watching her. She could feel its eyes on her as she read. And then one day she vanished, without a trace. These stories may seem like just spooky tales, but they're not. They're warnings. Warnings from those who have tried to read the book of the Sun of Gnosis and failed. The truth is, this book is not meant for everyone. It's too dangerous, too powerful. It's not like a normal book that you can just pick up and put down. No, this book demands your attention. It feeds on your curiosity, and it won't let go until it's consumed you completely. So, if you ever come across a copy of the book of the Sun of Gnosis, run. Don't even think about reading it. Just get as far away from it as possible, because once you open that book, you're in too deep. If you enjoyed this terrifying tale, stay tuned for more spine-chilling adventures. Thanks for watching.